What's good, everybody? Welcome to Karu the Mentor Presents Life Lessons, where wisdom meets real life, and every lesson helps you grow stronger, wiser, and better. Like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. I will be in those comments. So, listen, check this out. This video right here is about mentorship. Right now, I feel like this video is probably gonna touch somebody because I tried to film this video. This will be the third time I try to film this video, man. But getting right to it, mentorship is very important. I had the pleasure of being a mentor, and I've also been mentored. It is definitely a blessing because, you know, we gotta understand that no older man, no man wants to die with the secret. Everybody wants to help the generation behind us, man. And I'm gonna tell you, being in the situations that I've been in, I definitely use my mentor very well. It kept me out of trouble. He kept me on track. He gave me some ways out, some ways to get out of things. And also what he did was he kind of kept me level headed, man. And, you know, as I was going through my life, and I look back, right, and I'm seeing some of the mistakes I made. I was prepped before I made the mistake. And it's crazy because it takes a real person to go back and look at those things. But, you know, thank God for a mentor. So in this video, we're going to talk about mentorship, why you need a mentor. I'm going to say it again. You need a mentor. You need somebody that's going to call you out on your stuff, man. You need somebody that's going to guide you, keep you grounded or whatever. And for those that are mentoring, man, we got to account for that. You got to make sure that what we're telling the people is right. But not missing a step, man. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch the video, and then I might stop the video. I'm gonna try to let the video go and just say a few things, and then after that, we're gonna get into those comments, and we'll go from there. So, all right, here we go.
Watch this video because I'm going to show you why you need mentors and how to find them. Hey, I'm Uzziah, your success consultant, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to thrive as a black man by finding the right mentors. If you're just now finding out about me, it's very important that right now you subscribe, because you're not going to find any other channel on YouTube that's dedicated to your professional success as a black man in America. All right, let's get down to business. It's very important for you as a black man to have mentors. And most importantly, it's of the utmost importance for you to have black mentors, because nobody else can help you get through the challenges of being a black man trying to succeed better than another black man. And that's not disrespectful to anybody else. This is just keeping it real and common sense. So
this is important. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, if you don't have it, if you don't have a black male, if you're a black man, and you don't have a black male that is around, to not use another race. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. It'll be better if you can, but if you can't, it is what it is. The only thing I will point out is, you know, sometimes having somebody that you can relate to is better, but mentorship is mentorship. It is what it is. If you have a person that's going to be there regardless, and he is not of your race or whatever, so be it. So be it. There was being in the military, there's a lot of Filipinos in the military. Shout out to them, right? And this Filipino guy, he was a chief. Me being prior in the military, being in the Navy, and he was a first class, and he said at the time he was getting ready to transfer, and he said, "Hey," he said, "I'm gonna, maybe you should stay back. If you stay back, I'll train you." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Okay, cool, not a problem." He said, "Look, if you, for real, like if you stay back, I'll train you." Cool, not a problem. I never went. I never went. The point of saying that is, you know, it wasn't because of anything else, just me being hard headed, and that is who what was in front of me right there and then, and I never went. I think that was one of the downfalls that made me stay in the military only 14 years. Had I had did that training and was serious, I probably would have been a chief. I would have been a chief. I would have rose to the occasion every time. I would have been a chief. I know for a fact. Choices we make, right? But the point I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, take who's in front of you, man. It'll be nice if you get what you want, but just take what you can sometimes, because mentorship is mentorship. Guiding you and telling you what to do, telling you the next steps and what to take or whatever. It is what it is, man. And if you're trying to find a mentor and you found that mentor and he's on the same page as you, that stuff, you just take what you take, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
So let's talk about the reasons why you need a mentor. The reason why you need a mentor is because you need to find answers, and you can't spend your entire life trying to figure it out. You need to be able to learn all of the things that we've never been taught growing up. Growing up, there were a lot of things that we might have missed out on. I know you might have grown up without a father, and there were a lot of setbacks that we had. We come from a lot of families that didn't get proper schooling, proper education. And as a whole, there are a lot of things that other communities have access to with certain resources that we've never really known about. So what I want you to understand is you cannot do this on your own. There is so much that you need to know as a black man to be competitive in this world, that you need to be able to have mentors to help show you how to get there faster. That's the thing that you need to realize. The reason why you need a mentor is because of the fact that you need shortcuts. You need
Yo, listen, well, first of all, let me say this. First of all, shout out to Uzziah Israel. Go log into his channel. Definitely somebody that understands mentorship and being a mentee / mentor, because I'm pretty sure he still got mentors. So shout out to his channel. I'm gonna link his channel and his video below. That's first and foremost. Second thing I want to say is, he's saying shortcuts. I don't believe there's shortcuts. I think a shortcut is a long cut. You can't, like, hard work will get you where you need to go. But I believe what he's trying to really point out is, if you have a mentor, you will not hit some of the roadblocks that mentor hit, because he's going to tell you, yo, if you do it like this, you'll leave this alone. The point of a mentor really is to tell you, hey, don't get into the pits that I got into, the pitfalls that I hit, or the roadblocks, or the potholes, or whatever. Don't do it like that. Do it like this. He's kind of the guy that's going to make your journey shorter. So if it took him 10 years, it may take you 4 years, because he done hit every roadblock along the way. All right, if you do it this way, they might shorten your time. There's really no shortcuts matter of fact, let me just say this. There's no shortcuts in life. Not at all. There is none. It's hard work to get anywhere you want to get to. And then sometimes when you get there, it's even harder to stay there. So, although, shout out to Uzziah, I understand his point. The point he's trying to make is, when you have that mentor, he's going to tell you, yo, don't do it like this, do this. I already did it that way. Don't do that, because it got me this, and this is what messed it up. So if I would have did it this way, I'd have been good to go. That is how you got to look at this thing. That mentor is important. The mentor is important. So he's saying shortcuts. I'm telling you, when you have a mentor, that mentor is making sure you don't hit those roadblocks, because that's what it's about. It's about the roadblocks you're hitting. You know what I'm saying? So, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Cuts to be able to help you get from A to Z as quickly as possible. Because you're not going to get it in school. You're not going to get it by looking at other communities. You're not going to be able to get it on your own. You have to be able to find a mentor who's accomplished what you want to accomplish,
Facts.
who's been where you have been. Let me tell you something. One of the hardest struggles that I've had as a black man, and I'm speaking to you because I know that you can relate, is I have not always had the right people around me to show me how to get things done. Right now, I'm best-selling author, and I don't come from a long line of authors. I never had somebody that was right next door to me to show me how to write a book, to show me how to be able to put it on Amazon, turn it into a bestseller. I haven't had people around me showing me how to take my finances and create automated streams of income.
Hey, listen, check this out. I want you to keep in mind that this video is old. It's old, but it's very it's prevalent to what's going on today. Don't get me wrong. I'm only saying that because back then it was a little harder. You didn't have AI. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You still have to bust your behind and get what you got to get, and you still got to have a mentor. But you have so many more resources today than you had 2 years ago. There's so many resources. And I'm going to say this, and I've been thinking about this for a long time. If you ain't got no official side hustle in 2026, and and I'm not talking about those that are comfortable. If you're comfortable, hey, you comfortable. But if you really want to do something and you ain't got no money and you like, damn, what do I do next? It's your fault you broke. It's your fault. You could get on this YouTube. You can find stuff to do. Like, there's so many things. I'm not saying everything's going to work. I'm not saying that. But there's so many ways you can make money now. Like, the information was pigeonholed back then. Only a select few got into the party. Now, everybody, that thing in your pocket right now, the thing you watching or listening to right now on YouTube, that thing right there could be the most powerful weapon that most people wish they had. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you right now. It's up to you. What are you doing? You got to find better people that surround you. And that's what it be about sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find better people. If they all drug dealers, you're going to probably be a drug dealer too. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not a drug dealer and you're doing something, right? If you're not a drug dealer and you're doing something with your life, but you're hanging around them, so that tells me that you're the smartest guy in that room. You need to leave that room. You need to leave that room or that group of people. You need to be the guy that's always learning. That's how it works, man. Networking. You could do a whole lot more networking even 8 years ago, and a lot of the technology that is now was then. The thing they didn't have was AI, but I did a lot of networking on Facebook and stuff like that. I did that. We did Instagram. I did that. So it's up to you, man. It's up to you. If you feel like you're not successful, if you feel like you need to do more, then go do that. Go do it.
There's so many of us that have grown up in certain hoods and certain environments. You're just trying to make it. You're trying not to get shot down. You're trying not to be another statistic. So in your environment, you have not had the people to actually show you how to get things accomplished. Now, you might have loved ones, and much respect to them. You may have family members and friends, and much respect to them. But the truth of the matter, black man, is you cannot do this alone. I know a lot of times we feel like the world is against us and we're out here on our own. We're out here by ourselves. It's us against the world. But you cannot do this on your own. Trust me. Anytime that I have fallen in life or I've had certain setbacks, is because I had too much pride to ask for help. I wanted to figure it out on my own. I wanted to learn it on my own. And for some of you brothers, it's going to cost you your life. I don't want that to happen. So I want you to understand the significance of this video. You got to have a mentor to save yourself. You might be extremely talented. You might be extremely gifted, but a gift can only get you so far. Talent can only get you so far. And when you're a black man in America and you got one rejection after another rejection, one closed door after another closed door, you don't have time to play games, man. I need you to be able to take the time to find it within yourself, to find somebody that can show you what you need to get you 10 steps ahead. You can't move slow out here. You got to be 10 steps better than everybody else.
Yeah. It starts with you, man. You are going to have to be a part of your own rescue, bro. And then you go find a mentor. You got to make it up in your mind. Because and when you have that mentor, you're going to have to listen. Are you ready to listen to what some... Oh, man. It's, I want to use some examples, but I can't use them because they're real life examples and I don't want people to be put out there. But there's plenty of things I've realized. I will say this, though. This one I could use. So I had a friend that this is about, and if he listening, man, you know who I'm talking about, man. He had an idea. He had an idea, and his idea was like basketball. And this is in 2006 I transferred, so 2003, 4, 5. Yeah, about that time. Somewhere in there. He had an idea to build a app that would do ball placement so that you could be faster and you could be you can help when you play basketball, it tells you how to make better moves without getting lost in the weeds. But it was a basketball app because I don't want to. Hopefully, I don't want to give his thing away. But the point was, he thought about this idea in 2004. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now this is when apps were costing $10,000. I mean, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000. Okay. This is not now. This is when it was costing about $100,000. And what happened was, long story short, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. I lost touch with him. We were kind of talking to each other every now and again, but we lost touch. So what wound up happening was, I wound up calling him. Oh no, I wound up watching TV one day, and I'm looking on TV and I see the basketball, the high yellow basketball, and they're doing the same thing that he had thought about years ago. You know what I'm saying? Before, when nobody else was thinking about it, he thought about it. So let me just say this, man. You don't have time to be playing. When you got your idea and you running with your idea, you ain't got time. You ain't got no time to be playing, because I'm going to tell you something. God just doesn't give the idea to one person. He gives it to many people. But I tell you what, who's going to be the one that's going to say, I'm going to go ahead on and do it. That's who gets the blessing. That's how it works, fellas, folks. God is not giving out talent to one person. He gives it to a group of people. And if you ain't down to do whatever it is you got to do to get your stuff out and take the leap of faith, then you lose it. And I watched this man lose $1 million. To me, that was $1 million business right there, because he had it planned out so much. And I bet you, here's the even crazier thing. I bet you the person that has that idea doesn't even have the idea that my friend had of what he was trying to do. I bet you. Because my friend was a visionary. he saw things along. He saw a lot of things. He gave me a lot of advice, and he saw a lot of things that I didn't see. He was a visionary, bro. Well, he's still alive, no, but he's a visionary. Shout out to him, man. He know who he is, but he's definitely a visionary, man. But I watched. You know what I'm saying? I watched. For whatever reason he didn't do it. That's on him. I never asked him, but I told him about it, right? But I never asked him, but he definitely was on the right track. You know? You ain't got time to be playing. Get you a mentor or go and do it. I bet you the mentor will come. The mentor will come. Right now, I've been sitting on this idea for 10 years. This YouTube thing for 10 years. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I got something to say. What I want to say, I want to help this world. I believe this world will be a better place if everybody helped one person in their whole lifetime. If everybody helped one person in their lifetime, be a mentor to them and help make their dreams come true, this world will be a better place. So this is why I'm doing this today. This is exactly why. Crude and everything, but I'm doing it.
You got to be 10 times better than everybody else. And so you need mentors because you have to recreate your environment. Here's one thing I want you to think about. Your net.
Hey, before you say that, he said something about environments. Yo, you have total control over your environment. You do. If you don't like your environment you in, go get another environment. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you're not going to go through bumps in the road. I'm just saying, if you don't like your environment, go get another environment. That's what I'm saying. You can do that. You have total control of your environment. You don't like your job, get yourself another job. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that you're not going to go through bumps in the road. But if you don't really seriously like your job, go get another job. Do something else. Learn a new skill. If you don't like the amount of money you're getting paid, go to school and get another job to make more money. But a lot of us sit in the same spot and complain the whole time. You are in control of your environment, whether you know it or not. If you don't want that environment, go get another one. Don't sit there and complain and make everybody else's life miserable because you're upset and mad. No. If you don't like your environment, go get another environment. You can do that. You have domain over your environment. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I still go to work. And when I go to work, some people that I work with, they feel like, oh, well, I just can't stay. No. You don't have to deal with anything you don't want to deal with. If you feel like you got a problem and you don't like your environment, go get another environment. You have domain over your environment. That is your environment. You can create whatever it is you want in your environment. If you want to be a millionaire, put the work in and become a millionaire. If you don't want to do anything, that's okay too. Don't do nothing and become who you want to become. But it's on you. It's on you. This is a battle with you. I'm just saying, I just want to say that.
Network is your net worth. You are the average of the top 5 people you spend your time with.
Facts.
Your income is the average of the top 5 people that you spend most of your time with. So for most of us that grew up in certain backgrounds where you're living check to check, you don't have certain money flowing through like other communities. You're not building wealth. You don't have your own businesses. Black people in America only own 2% of all the businesses in America.
So check this out real quick. I'm really trying to let this video go, but I just want to point out some things because it's important. I'm just piggybacking on what he's saying. If you ever hung out with a friend and he has money and you don't, right? And y'all go places. What wound up happening is, like, because he wants to go places, he wants to do things, and you ain't got no money, he's only going to take you so many times, right? And then, after a while, you're like, I can't take this dude. Like, I can't take him nowhere because he ain't got no bread. All right, well, he's going to start expanding. He is going to start separating himself from you because he can't keep supporting you. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people, You know what I'm saying? When they if they win a lot of money or whatever, and they trying to take their friends, after a while it becomes a problem because like, damn, I gotta keep paying for you. You can't do what I could do. Or they get a better job and get more money. They start separating themselves because you can't do what I'm doing. I don't want to chill on the block, just chill on the block anymore and talking about people. I want to do something else. I got money now. I want to go downtown. I want to go do this. I want to go overseas. This is the stuff that happens. You know what I'm saying? So this is what he's saying. This is exactly what he's saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at your 5 friends. You're the average of them, which is not a problem. But if you want to become something different, you're gonna have to do something different. You want something extraordinary, you're gonna have to do something different extraordinarily. That's how it works. That's how it works.
The reason why you need mentors is because you need a new network. You need a professional network of people to show you how to get things done. You might think that you know, but unless you've done it on a certain level, you're going to be your own worst enemy, because what's gotten you to this point is not what's going to get you to your destination. You have a vision, you have a goal, you have a purpose, and you need somebody else to help get you there. We have to have a community. When you look at every other community, they have mentors, don't they? Warren Buffett,
Facts.
He had a mentor.
Facts.
Bill Gates, he had a mentor. Mark Zuckerberg, he had a mentor. His mentor was Steve Jobs. So my question to you is, who is your mentor? Who is it that's going to be able to change your life and show you, if you want to be an author, how to write a book? Who's going to be the mentor to show you, if you want to start a business, how to start a business without falling flat on your face? Because you might not be able to get funding like somebody else. You might not have a mom and pops that could let you hold 50 and 60,000 like other communities have done to be able to build businesses in America. Right now, you're out on your own, and that's how they take you out. That's how they shoot you down. Because when you don't operate within a community of people that can take you in and protect you, you're always a bullseye in society. So I want you to think about the importance of surrounding yourself with success, surrounding yourself in such a network where everybody is pulling you up. You done been in so many dysfunctional networks where everybody is trying to pull you down and talk about you and take you off your zone. You can't even imagine a world where if you fall, somebody's there to pick you up. If your money gets tight, somebody's able to help build you and fund your vision. But this is possible. Why? Because I'm living. Why? Because I'm trying to be your mentor right now. Why? Because I want to show you what took me from being broke and homeless to becoming a best-selling author, to becoming a real estate investor, to having $100,000 just about paid off in student loan debt. I want to be able to show you all of these things, because if you don't get it here, you might not get it in your community. You might not get it at your job. You might not be able to get it from your mama that you love so much. So you've got to be able to have mentors. Now, what type of mentors do you need to have? I've talked about the importance of it long enough. There's 2 types of mentors that you need to have. And that's the reason why I've created this channel, because I want to see you become as successful as possible. So I'm stepping up for free to help you succeed as a mentor. The first type of mentor that you need is a life mentor. You need to have somebody that you can look at who you want to pattern your life after. Now, do you have to be a copycat of this person? No. Are you going to be a replica of this person? No. Because if you try to copy anybody, you're never going to be yourself. You're just going to be a second best version of another man. Right. I want you to be your own best version, but you need a model. Think about Tiger Woods as a black man. Did Tiger Woods not become one of the greatest golfers of all time because he had a model through his father? Did Floyd Mayweather not become one of the best boxers of all time because he had a model through his father? You need a model. Maybe you might not have had a father, or maybe your father isn't like that or on a certain level in a professional area. It's all good, because take mentors in other areas. Find yourself a life mentor, someone whose overall life you can look at and say, they do things in their lives. I want to pattern myself after them. I want to conduct myself like them. I want a family like them. I want to be able to have a lifestyle like them. It's nothing wrong with admiring another man, King. That's the love. And you got to be able to love your brother enough to learn from him so that way you can be in the exact same place. You have to surround yourself with people that you can learn something from. The second type of mentor that you need.
Before you go into the second type of mentor, man, you got to be able to willing to take criticism and listen. You got to be willing to take criticism and listen. Yo, let me tell you something, man. That is one of the most hurtful things. Sometimes it's taking criticism, man, because you can, like, it humbles you, and you got to remain humble through this process. This process of being a mentor, mentee relationship is humble, being humble. Humble ability, I think it's called. If that's even a word. If it ain't, so be it. Whatever. But just being humble, man. I'm not trying to make up words, but I'm just saying, being humble, man, is about it's one of the ingredients, man. You got to be able to be humble. You can't be cocky. You got to be humble. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look around. If you don't find nobody that's like that, then you might have to be looking other places, man. You might have to. Now you have this internet. You can get on this internet and look at people, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to find a mentor, man. But it's going to start with you. It might start with you looking for a mentor. You know what I'm saying? And having those real conversations. You know, if you're in high school, talk to a teacher. Hey, this is what I kind of want to do, blah, blah, blah. They're going to point you in the right direction. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you're looking for a mentor, let me tell you something. As far as a life coach and everything, look towards your teachers. If your teacher, because here's the thing, when you become an instructor, one of the things that you very much are saying is that I want to be a part of somebody's success story. When you become an instructor, you are basically. I was a boot camp instructor for 3 years. I trained 9 divisions, 4 of them integrated. Okay, integrated means male and female, and then I have 5 all male divisions. Okay, let me tell you something. I wanted to be a part of somebody's success story. I wanted them to say, you know what, that guy gave me something that I could use in my life. And I believe that I did that for the most part. You know, I believe that I did that, you know, and I made sure that was my goal. I poured my heart out to them recruits. Every one of them. I loved them like they were my own kids. You know what I'm saying? I tried to give them the very knowledge and be their mentor for a little, for that short amount of time. Because but the point I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, if you're really looking for a mentor, first look at your instructors. If you don't have any instructors, start looking up online, man. Start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, start doing whatever it is you're going to do. Just start doing it. Somebody is coming. It has never let me down. Whenever I was starting to do something, I was added onto. When I started studying for my test or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start studying. God sent me somebody to study. Not only, which is a longer story, which I'm not going to get into, but God sent me somebody to study with. And that's a real statement. That's true. Anytime I just went ahead and start acting and start doing what I was doing, God added unto me.
Is an industry-specific mentor. So you might have a life mentor, and they're a great representation of what a great life should look like, of what a man should be, on how to order your affairs. You need to not only have a life mentor, you need to be able to have an industry-specific mentor. Because when it comes to your craft, you want to be able to find someone who's already 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
In the wrong
If you're the
room.
hardest worker in the room, you're in the wrong damn room.
Yes.
Man. Stop
Yes.
feeling yourself so much and take the time to go out and find somebody who can show you how to get better. Because if you're always the best one, how are your skills going to improve? You need somebody that's better, that's further ahead. You need somebody that's able to tell you the areas where you're going off that you don't see. Because at the
Sometimes. Now here's the hard part, man. Sometimes, as you're going to where you're going, you might have to drop a mentor too. Sometimes. Thank you. You know, I'm not saying don't talk to them no more, but you just move on. It be like that sometimes, man. It be just like that sometimes. Sometimes you might have to be like, you know what, I'm out. It be like that too. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
At the end of the day, it's all to your benefit. So in order to find these type of mentors, this is how you get them. Number one, you want to be a person of value. There's so many people right now that just want to take, but not give. And it's better to give than to receive, ain't it? So what you want to be able to do is when you're going on a search for a mentor, maybe you might have somebody that you have in mind to have as a mentor right now. And if that's the case, I want to hear about it after this video is over. But when it comes to you finding this mentor, you got to be a man of value. Don't just walk up to somebody that's successful, that's a black man, and be like, hey, help me out. Because most people that are actually successful, I'm not talking about your uncle in the hood that's just been sitting up pitching a block all week, but he's telling you all of what to do and he ain't never done none of it himself. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about somebody that's actually out there making things happen. Somebody that's out there who's actually noted in their industry and you're trying to model yourself after their success. This is somebody that is busy making it happen. They don't have a lot of free time. So what you want to do is you want to be a person of value and offer something to them to get their attention. It doesn't have to be money. If you have money, well, then it is what it is. But it could be your time. Maybe it can be your gift. Maybe by you focusing on them and you looking at things that they need in their life, maybe you can just give them something that would help them in their life.
So listen, let me just say this, man. Sometimes when so let's say if you wanted to be a football player and you like, I want to be like Saquon Barkley. The chances of you probably going to get Saquon might be slim to none. You know what I'm saying? You might have to be admiring from a distance. Why? Because everybody wants to be mentored by Saquon Barkley. Like, you know what I'm saying? My son wants to be mentored by Saquon Barkley. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I just want you to realize that you may not get the same person mentor, but you may get the coach that's with you every day. You know what I'm saying? And then, you may have to, you may have to do some stuff on your own and do your own research. You know what I'm saying? You might have to do that. But another thing that he was saying is, if for those that are regular people that you're trying to get to, right? Trying to run companies and stuff, sometimes you may have to do something for them for free. Meaning, I'm not getting paid money, but I'm going to get paid with his time. I'm going to have to do it for free. And I think that is let me tell you something. If you find a mentor, right, and he's older, and he start telling you, do this for free, do that for free, it's not going to turn your back, it's not going to turn, not going to make it too hard for you to do it free. You're going to outwork a lot of these people. You're going to make a lot of networking friends. You are. Because I'm going to tell you something. People don't forget that. Maya Angelou said, they may forget your face, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. They listen, I've given so much to some people that even when I call them, they're going to come. If I need them, they're going to be there for me. Why? Because I was there for them. I gave a lot. I put out in the atmosphere good vibes. I try my best to anyway. I'm pretty sure I didn't pass all the time, right? But for the most part, I really tried to put out good vibes. And I always got it back. There was never a time that I didn't, whatever that was going on, I didn't land on my feet. Not one time. Every time I was able to bounce back. My valley days, mountains and valleys within like good times, bad times, I call them mountains and valleys. My valleys times wasn't long because I always was giving. I always was on trying to get on my feet, always trying to do something, always trying to make something shake. I never stayed down too long. And as I got older, I was more and more in it. Like I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. But I understood the value of time. That is what it is.
Never know. There might be a mentor, maybe he needs help with his kids, and you might be good at that. Maybe it's a mentor that needs help starting up a new project in which that's your area of expertise. You have to be a person of value because everybody is asking for mentors. Everybody is asking for the secret to success. Everybody wants the formula. So what's going to separate you from everybody else that's trying to get the attention of this one mentor? In order to stand out from the pack, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to offer them something of value before they give you something back, so that way you've caught their attention. The next thing that I want you to think about is don't wait for the mentor to show up to start working on your craft.
Yes.
Because a lot of times when you start working on your craft en route to your own success, that's when the mentor appears. They got a saying, it says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So if you haven't started thing one and you try to go out and find a mentor, the mentor is not going to appear. God's not going to order his steps to come and find you.
And that's basically the video. But just to piggyback on that, man, you got to go out and do. You have to go out and do. You have to do it. Take the steps and do it. Take the steps and do it. Be fearless for a time. Don't be no punk, man. Try it. Try it. You might be successful. All it takes is one thing to be successful with. My wife has came out with products, and some of them have failed for whatever reason. But you know what I told her? Keep going. All you need is one. One will bring two. Two will bring four. Four will bring eight. Four will bring eight. That's how you got to do. You got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. So, all right, let's get into these comments. Was that Kirby's life says, I can't even lie. This video brought me to tears. Thank you. I needed this. Yo, talking about this mentor stuff, it touched a person. When it touch you like this, that means you know what you're supposed to be doing. And I think a lot of times you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know it. You're just not doing it. K Status 7 says, I'm at loss for words. I needed this badly. Thank you. Thank you, bro. For real, for real. I agree. And this is 8 years ago, and it's still relevant to this day. Joseph Monroe 1350 says, bro, all I can say is thank you for this video. You gave me some tools that I know will help me become a better as a black man. I understand that I don't have to do it alone. Yes. Black men have been taught to hold things in and think they're going to do it alone. You're not going to do it alone. But like he said, work in your craft. The teacher will appear. Start doing it. Start doing it. But I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times, you can find the answer yourself, man. A lot of times. As far as try to get started or whatever, go on this YouTube, man. YouTube University. What you listen to right now. Chat GPT. You can't get no better than that. At least I don't think so anyway, right about now. Okay. Smilk Smike Wood, or I don't know. Smike Wood says, I'm a member of a black men's social group. This is, that is providing community service in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for laying out the blueprint for me to share with the other brothers in my group to be more effective and efficient. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It takes, yeah, it's being a mentor is thinking past yourself. It's investing and taking your time and investing in somebody else. And like I always say, this world will be a better place if we help just one person in our lifetime. Let her help one person get to their goal. Demetrius Cherry says, thank you so much, man. I needed this video. Love your content. Plan on watching more of your content. Keep uploading, brother. Blessed. Shout out to him. BT6079 says, I am with you, brother. Let's work together in the future. Yeah. I want to see if he liked that. I don't know if he liked it or not. That's all right. Whatever. Let me go over a few more. Michael Moore TX says, might be text, I don't know. I don't hang around anyone. 0 friends, associates. I have a family, wife and 2 kids. Will be 50 January 2020. Want to launch a cookie business. Don't know anyone in the space that I could emulate. I'm pretty sure he knows somebody now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he knows somebody now. This is 6 years ago. Oh snap! That was right before COVID. So hopefully he's doing well. Shout out to him. Cephas W 9712 says, this video hit home. I feel if I do fall, no one will be there to help me up because no one did in the past. For some reason, I believe you are the mentor that I needed. This is why I'm going to watch all of your videos from start to present. So that was 4 years ago. So let me tell you something, man. Real quick, and then I'm going to hop off. But let me say this. Keep going, man. Yo, when you don't listen, there's some people in this world that are going to be successful, and it's just going to be them and God. That's it. God is going to bring people around, but it's going to be few and far in between, and He's going to take you on that journey. Some people going to be like that. Some people going to be like that. That doesn't necessarily make you to stop. But for this dude right here, I believe that God's got you on a certain journey. You're going to be rich, my brother. I wish I could get in touch with him. 4 years ago he wrote that. I wonder where he's at right now. But I bet you if he was to look back at his plan, if he kept on the plan and kept going, I bet you he got a lot of money right now. I bet you. Loners they got a different anointing on them. Different anointing. If you can go through something by yourself and it's just you and God, oh my God. If you could just stay in the ring but just a little longer by yourself and can keep going, that type of anointing, that type of anointing make the Jeff Bezos of the world. That type of anointing. When you could do it by yourself and you could keep going, and you may be crying and you may be hurting, but you keep going, that right there is a status of like a Jeff Bezos, man. That's how you get there, man. So I'm telling you, man, get yourself a mentor. That's number 1. Get yourself a mentor. 2, you might not get the mentor you want, right? The superstar, but yo, just keep progressing. Ask your instructors. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to school, ask your instructors. If you at your job, you know what I'm saying, and you want to do something at your job, talk to your bosses. You know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody. Get on this internet. Man. Look at what I'm telling you. But most importantly, Do whatever it is you're going to do. The teacher will come. I promise you. I promise you. Anything that I ever did, God has added to me every single time. Every single time. Without fail. So, as a closeout, man, shout out to his name is Uzziah Israel. Shout out to him. I'm gonna link the video in the bio. Shout out to him. He's like a younger man. He's probably in his 30s. He's probably in his 40s right now. It's about 8 years ago. Probably middle 40s. Probably my age. 44, 43. Shout out to him, man. He's definitely putting out some good content. I'm gonna link his stuff in the bio, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Show me some love. I will be in the comments. So go ahead and do your thing. So, yo, this is Kavu the Metaphor. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Keep learning, keep growing, keep living life's lessons. Peace.
But when you're